Team India is on a high in the World Cup, winning 7 of the 7 matches that the team has played. This is much better than what the Australian team has managed in the tournament so far. What's even better is that the Indian team does not seem to have any apparent weaknesses, while the Australian team is still struggling to find a full-time spinner.
India faced the biggest test of the World Cup as Dhoni's men take on Australia in the second semi-final. And India looked good to upset Australia's apple cart in their own backyard. The reason is simple: India's form in the tournament has been simply superb. The team has won 7 matches on the trot, which shows that the team has momentum. India has even beaten tough teams like South Africa and Pakistan. No wonder India looks good to beat Australia also.
There couldn't be a better time for us. It's an opportunity for us to do justice to the way we played so far in Australia.
So whatever the experts say, the momentum is with India in the second semi-final.
I think it's a very big celebration coming, and I'm pretty sure we are going to get it.
I have full faith in, the Indian cricket team, that they're going to do us proud.
जब क्रिकेट का सवाल है, definitely World Cup का जब सवाल आता है, तो as Indians we all want the World Cup.
Yeah, I wish them all the best, and I really hope we have the World Cup back in the country again.
And India's stylish batsman Virat Kohli cannot wait to take on Australia in the semi-finals of the World Cup. Virat feels that this is the best time for India to beat the Australians. Now, Team India did not have a good start to the tour to Australia, losing the Test series 2-0 and then going down tamely in the one-day series as well. However, the Indian team has turned it around in the World Cup, winning 7 matches on the trot. And with India's bowlers finding their rhythm, Kohli feels that India can beat Australia. And this could very well be India's revenge. We'll be building up to that all-important semi-final between India and Australia. We now take a look at India's secret weapon, the men who have stood up when it mattered, the bowlers, and how they will be key at the SCG.
70 wickets in 7 matches. That's what the Indian bowlers have done in the World Cup so far. What's even better is that not even a single team has been able to play the full quota of 50 overs against India. And that's why India has the edge over Australia in the semi-final.
The spinners are attacking in the middle overs, and most impressive are the 3 quicks. They're causing lots of problems, bowling out the opposition. They've taken it to a different level.
What's more, India's bowling with 2 spinners and 3 fast bowlers is far more balanced than Australia.
And as we build up to the India-Australia clash in the semi-final of our World Cup, our consulting editor Sports Boria Majumdar caught up with the 2007 World Cup finalist Russell Arnold, who is surprised the way the Blue Brigade has demolished the opposition. Let's listen in for more.
Don your analyst's hat, former cricketer's hat, how does one deal with a Mitchell Starc in this form? What does a Shikhar Dhawan do, for example?
Not think too much, not play Mitchell Starc, just watch the ball and play the ball as it comes. It's the easy trap piece to think a lot about bowlers and what they've done before and create your own demons. That's what you don't want. Just go out there, pack your skills and set your innings up.
Has the Indian team surprised you? I mean, did you expect them to play like this?
They're playing much better than what I expected. When you spoke to me last, it was just after the tri-series. They were struggling and the intensity wasn't there, but how good has everyone been? The batting is coming on, the spinners are attacking in the middle overs, and most impressive are the 3 quicks. They're causing lots of problems, bowling out the opposition.
Especially against Australia, if you go to see that lineup, Warner, Finch, Clark, Smith, Maxwell, there's sort of no real chink in that armour. How does one deal with the Maxwell, for example? I mean, Ravi Ashwin against Maxwell will be a mouth-watering battle.
Bowl good lines, bowl lengths again, focus on what you need to do rather than focus too much on Australia. Little bit of extra pace, you saw them hopping around against New Zealand and also against Pakistan. So there is a definite opportunity.
Mahendra Singh Dhoni versus Michael Clark. Your money?
Mahendra Singh Dhoni, great finish. I think Michael Clark hasn't really reached the peak of the past, so he's on the way down, and he's got plenty of good options, so he doesn't have many decisions to make, whereas Mahendra Singh Dhoni throughout the years has shown a different style of captaincy, and I think that'll come to the fore because he's got to be smart in how he uses his bowlers and be tactically smart.
Final two questions. Is this Australian side beatable? Can 1 billion Indians who are hearing this interview, fans who will be watching the match, does India have a real chance against Australia in Australia? 3 months we've not beaten them.
For sure. Doesn't matter what happened before. That team is definitely beatable. You put them under pressure, they will crumble.
So finally, would you say India equal, favourites, underdogs, what?
I'll go 55 Australia, 45 India, just because it's a home advantage. There'll be a bit more pace and bounce, not the type of pitch or conditions that the subcontinent want, but it's better to start underdogs. When the expectations are on you in alien conditions, it's a little tougher. Just go in there and express yourself.
Clearly a lot of positives already for Team India ahead of the big semi-final, but Dhoni and company will have to defy history if they are to beat Australia. A dismal record at the SCG could well play in the minds of the players.
The only thing against Team India is their record in Sydney. India cannot escape from the fact that their head-to-head record against Australia is poor. India have lost 7 of the 10 matches to Australia in the World Cup. The team has lost 12 of the 14 one-day matches played at the SCG. What's even worse is that Australia has never lost a semi-final match in the World Cup. Clearly, the records don't favour the Indian team, and that's why this is the biggest challenge for India in the cup that matters.
India take on Australia in Sydney in the second semi-final of the World Cup, and former Australian pacer Brett Lee has tipped Australia as favourites to win the contest, while former English skipper Michael Vaughan has said that it will be an even contest.
In my opinion, we'll win tomorrow night, on Thursday night rather. But you've got to also think the chance of India. They've been playing extremely well. They've won 7 matches, 7 from 7. Australia won 5 from 7. So, and that's including 1 washout. So, you have to wait and see. I think it's going to be a tremendous, atmosphere. I think that with 50-odd thousand people at the Sydney Cricket Ground, fully packed. We know how passionate the Indian fans are. That they love to scream, to be nice and loud. So it's going to be exciting. But yeah, look, I think it just comes down to obviously the toss and who obviously brings their best game day going forward. Yeah, well, Virat's a world-class player. He's proven that over the last few years. He's obviously got the right technique. He's got a wonderful opportunity now to go out there and stamp his authority in the game too. He's a big game player, so he'll be looking forward to the semi-finals. I know that. He obviously loves to play against Australia, so yeah, he'll be looking forward to Thursday.
I think you've got to look at the summer in perspective. I think Australia have played India 10 times. Australia have won on every occasion. But there's something about MS Dhoni and World Cups, and something whatever he did after the Tri-Series is remarkable, with the change of team. I think the change of mentality, the change in the way that they've played India in the World Cup compared to the way that they played in the Tri-Series. So I really do think it's a 50-50 call. The Indians have a wonderful array of batsmen who have been there and done that. They've got a couple of young players. I like Rahane. I think he is the best technician of the Indian players. I think he plays the quicks and the pace and the spin as well as anybody. With MS Dhoni coming in at 6, you've got your firecracker who can explode, but Australia have exactly the same. I mean, Maxwell's having a wonderful tournament. He really has got that ability to go out there and hit the ball 360 degrees from ball 1. And you look from 1 to 6 in either of the sides, and if 1 or 2 of those players arrive, if Maxwell has his day, India can't win because he'll score 150 balls. But if MS has his day, similar. But it's generally down to foundation. I look at the way the Aussies come out and play powerfully with Finch and Warner. Great to watch. If that doesn't come off, they've got a bit of solid batting in terms of Clark and Smith. And I look at the Ashwin-Jadeja combination. We've talked pace, but I think Ashwin-Jadeja combination as spin twins will be very important against Australia.